How's everybody doing? So I got up this morning and I know that we need to be starting our day with protein, right? So, for the longest time, we're just throwing together some cereal and then coming to understand that on a day like today, we have sports, we have an academic event that we have to go to for my son, and then we are driving up to Phoenix for a volleyball tournament. And so, as a busy mom, I know it's really important for us to plan ahead and try to figure out, quality foods to give our families. And one of these that I really enjoy making when I have just a few minutes. So we have to leave here in about an hour. So I had some time to throw together some protein donuts. And donuts hold a special place in my heart. When I was growing up, my dad would always buy us donuts on mornings that we had, a slower day ahead of us. But, my days are never slow. And I know that my kids appreciate donuts. It's just hard for me, when you know the knowledge that you understand about donuts, right? Like we know they're very high in sugar. They're okay every once in a while. I get it, to just enjoy as a family. But knowing that my kids have to go play sports, all day long and be out in the sun, it's really important to think about, are they getting protein? Are they getting healthy fats? And are they getting fiber? And, it's hard when you're running around like this. So that's why I really love this protein donut recipe. And I would love to hear if you guys have tried this. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Andy. So, I always use Juice Plus Complete Protein for my recipes because it's NSF certified. If you guys have heard anything about recent testing that they have done on protein powders, specifically vegan ones, that they can test high in lead, cadmium, mercury. And if we're giving our kids protein powder, we want to make sure that they're clean, right? And even for ourselves, that just the ingredients, what they have on the label, listed on the label, is what you're going to find in the actual product itself. So this is NSF certified, and I love it because they use really high quality plant ingredients, and it contains all 9 essential amino acids. And the thing is, guys, kids need fiber, right? So this is very high in fiber. It has soluble and insoluble fiber. So I use this in my protein donuts. And so we're going to add just over a scoop. You want to have about a 1/4 cup or so of protein powder. And then I'm going to just use all-purpose flour. You can use like 1-to-1 gluten-free flour if you want. This is just all-purpose, about 2/3 a cup. And then let's see, we're going to do 2 teaspoons of baking powder. So, just busy. We've had busy weekends now for a while with 2 kids in sports. One of them is in travel volleyball. The other one's in lacrosse. And for both of them, we have to travel quite a bit. So, getting quality food can be hard as a family. And that's also why I love giving them Juice Plus. Okay, so I'm using about an 1/8 of a teaspoon of some salt. And so Juice Plus in general, that's plant concentrates, because so many of us, we know, are low in eating fruits and vegetables. So Juice Plus actually has chewables for kiddos that you can get for free with an adult order. And we have them in 3 different blends, fruit, vegetable, and berry blend. And like I said, there's the protein powder also. That's really great to have. Okay, so then we're going to add in the liquids. Oh, yeah. Okay. So a 1/4 cup of maple syrup. I love sweetening my baked goods with either maple syrup or honey instead of regular old sugar. You're getting more benefits from that maple syrup. Okay. And then 3 tablespoons of coconut oil. So this is refined coconut oil just because my kids don't love regular coconut taste. And you can also use olive oil if you're interested in a different version of oil. But I just had the coconut oil on hand, so I melted that. And then we're going to use 1 egg. Okay, that looked like a double egg, actually. Interesting. Okay, and then we're going to use some vanilla extract, about a teaspoon of that. And so you can make an icing for these donuts too. So I just use a little bit of confectioner's sugar and almond milk. And I make an icing for it, and you can put some sprinkles on them just like regular donuts. And then we're going to use about a 1/4 cup of almond milk here, unsweetened almond milk. Make sure I measured that right. It's a little much. Okay. And then just going to stir that up. And so these make really surprisingly pretty good muffins or donuts. And then I got this at just Walmart, you guys. So you can find these anywhere. They're so nice. Just to switch things up, I sometimes will just make muffins. Like you can make chocolate chip banana muffins, or even like a double chocolate chip muffin with protein powder also. And the whole point of this, again, you guys, is balance, right? Like I understand the appeal of donuts in general. I really do. Like I get that they're fun for the family and it's fun to just go pick them out, go to Krispy Kreme or wherever you like to go. But again, really to set a child up for success for the day in sport, or even, you as an adult, we really need to think about eating more balanced. And I see this a lot with people who struggle with energy throughout the day. They're bloated or just not feeling up to doing the things that they need to do, right? Like even as a busy sports mom, I need to be ready to run my kids around and drive and do all these things. And if I'm starting my day with just a regular donut or even a bowl of cereal, more than likely my energy levels are going to plummet and I'm not going to feel good for a good part of the day. And that's why it's just so important to start our day with balanced foods. So again, that's just why I love these donuts. And you can always add, some Greek yogurt on the side to get a little more calories and protein, or, you can cook up some breakfast meats if you have time, like bacon. I was thinking about doing that too, because I know my kids like bacon or sausage. Okay. So I'm not great at piping these in. I'm just going to use a spoon. I'm not going to be fancy, but just plop the mix in the donut pan. It is a little bit on the drier side, but they'll cook up really nice. And you just don't want to overfill them because then they won't have the hole in the middle. Got to have the hole in the middle, right, guys? So they look like actual donuts. So I'm just going to go ahead and I preheated the oven 325. And like I said, I'm going to throw together that icing that I can put on top when they cool down just a little bit. And then I'll add some sprinkles to these. So you guys will just have to let me know if you try these, or maybe you have tried them before. But they're just a fun way to get a little extra quality nutrients in your family's bodies for the day, before a busy day, right? What does everybody have going on today? We are just really busy today, but it's all good. It's going to be fun. So, all right. These are not the most beautiful donuts right now, but when they cook up, I promise they will look better. But if you're interested in, you can just pipe the mix in, like if you put it in a baggie, you know what I mean? And then you clip the end. You could try to do that if you want. I'm just trying to make this as quick as possible. And I'm just going to spread it around and get it in there. Okay, so this is essentially what they look like. And then I'm going to go ahead and bake them in the oven. I think it's for about 10 minutes. It's very quick. That's why I like this recipe. Muffins can take a little more time, and that's why I didn't want to make those this morning. But if you guys are interested in like high protein muffin recipe, I can also send you something like that too. There's chocolate, vanilla, there's chocolate chip. What else have I made? I've made all different kinds. You could make like an apple type of muffin. Those are really good. All right. So I'm just going to work with this and spread the mix around a little more, make it look a little more even so that they cook nicely. But yeah, you guys have to let me know if you try these out. If you love donuts, if your kids love donuts, this might be a good idea for you versus running out to the local donut shop. I mean, again, maybe after sports. And, even you could give them a regular donut before sport, right? Because you want to start your day off, especially an athlete, with more carbohydrates and sugars. Because if they're playing an endurance sport, those sugars are really important to give them energy. The issue is more if you're giving them something like that to start their day and then they don't have lunch. Like for instance, with my older daughter, she plays volleyball. And the concern there is she plays for hours and hours and they don't necessarily eat in between, or they might have a quick snack. So it's really important to think about that for your child, even for yourself. is if you're going to have a long day where maybe you don't get to eat as regularly as you'd like to, you really want to think about balanced meals. And again, if you're having a regular donut, what can you add to the donut to make it more balanced? So that's where Greek yogurt is really helpful. Again, adding breakfast meat, like I mentioned, maybe having a couple of eggs along with the donut. So you're getting some healthy fats and some protein. And we have to think about blood sugars. So again, a lot of kids that are eating a lot of high sugar meals, their blood sugars spike and then plummet. And that's where they just don't feel good, to really keep going and do the things that they need to do, play their sports or whatever they have going on. So thinking about adding things to your meals, adding things to your snacks, like Greek yogurt, nuts and seeds, cheeses. We buy those beef sticks by Chomps all the time. And then in that way, you're getting more balanced snacks and meals so that you're lasting a lot longer throughout the day and your blood sugars are staying more level. So I appreciate you guys listening in. I hope you have an amazing Saturday. We'll talk soon.